Mind and consciousness. There's this almost insistent search for mind and work to solve consciousness. Mind, to think in terms of today, now, Monday, neurons, what they're doing, what they're thinking, what they're solving, what energy they're making now. Mind in the context of a neuron has visualization, has brilliance and beauty, artistic qualities, and very focused and concentrated decision making. And then consciousness, a process, theoretically. Consciousness with the image now, the light, what's felt, what's heard, what's seen, what's observed, what the senses capture with the smell and brightness in the room now. Consciousness gets to be dull. Hunger eventually requires energy to be replenished. In other words, consciousness stops, repeats, doesn't go away, but doesn't receive the same strength and power, vitality and input when calories are depleted and nutrition gets less and less now. The options and the choices available go out into the light, the world now. Run in the park, scream in the middle of Capitol Hill about how angry and how frustrated the brain feels about civilization. Marijuana shop, go get some weed, go get some pot, go smoke some joints, drink some beer, down some liquor, and hallucinate. And the problem with these two examples being almost similar to a network, habits, routine, practice, they don't include any sort of replenishment of food and energy. And so a third part of the process gets included with bags of chips, cheeseburgers, fast food, food bank deliveries. I'm describing an example of poverty and suffering. An addiction of stimulation an obsession with vision and hearing. Sensation in the body. And then, in a more fair, equal, and exciting world, planet Earth, the mind consciously thinks and has thought, receives rest, relaxation, and consciously has processes to go and buy a vegetable and some good protein, some fruit, some probiotics, in small amounts of stimulation. With other available options and choices, increasing the intensity of the stimulus. Personality, culture, diversity, ethnicity, genetics, possibly, are all a part of these two examples and descriptions. Folks who don't know what consciousness has to do with other than taking some mushrooms and breaking a window or eating bags of chips and smoking meth and crack, searching for shelter, are at a big disadvantage compared to the luxurious apartment dweller, the University of Washington graduate who's a socialist communist, instructor, professor, faculty, doctor. Most importantly, aside from the descriptions and the implications for humanity and society, synapses don't work as well with no energy. MSG, monosodium glutamate, in Doritos. The crack and the meth will get the heroin nice and trippy and fantastic. And then the body eliminates their toxins and their substance. Now, synapses are the mind's connections. Our mind in the mental health practice, professional training, indoctrination and medication are one entity controlling behavior, posture, and gesture, with consciousness as a process and mind with neurons. The mind has more available. The mind gets expanded. The connectome included. Intelligence and brilliance and genius increase speed, efficiency. And then there's peace. And freedom. For the brain to not be restricted and limited and controlled and misdirected, confused, and overstimulated. Now.